Well, hello everyone. It is March 29th of 2025. Today we had a solar eclipse in the sign of Aries, and also it's the Aries new moon. This eclipse was not visible throughout the whole world. In most areas, it was a partial eclipse. But regardless of whether you could see it or not, that energy is still there. So, normally, with most new moons, that's the time of manifestation, the time of action, especially when it's in Aries. Aries is the sign of action. However, with eclipse season in general, eclipses, from what I've learned, are mostly a better time for rest, relaxation, and recharging. You might not necessarily try to act on your goals that you had, but what I recommend is if you have ideas that pop up, write it down in a notebook or put it in the little notes section of your phone and go back to it later when your energy comes back. So, being that Aries is ruled by the sign of Mars, let's look at where Mars is currently. Right now, Mars is in the sign of Cancer, and it's normally not a compatible place for Mars to be. Mars is usually the happiest in Aries and fire signs like Leo and Sagittarius. When Mars is in Cancer, because it's a water sign and you're mixing it with that Mars fire, that type of energy can make people in general feel a little bogged down, a little stuck in the mud, and like you're spinning your wheels. The zodiac sign of Cancer also rules the home. It could also be connected to the mother, the feminine, and all mostly things connected to roots, ancestors, and definitely the home. So if you have any energy left, I feel like a lot of us have been putting off doing things around the house for a long time. Dishes might be piling up a little more than usual. Things that you had been meaning to clean have just kind of been sitting there, and I feel like that's pretty much adulting in general with everyone most of the time. This weekend, maybe you got around to cleaning a few things that you meant to and opened some windows to get some fresh air. But other than that, it's really a time for naps and staying grounded and just kind of resting to recharge. If you're gonna do anything, I would do things around the house. Not because you feel bad about it, but because when you're done doing it, you feel a little bit better, like the energy flows and you can relax. You don't have to take on everything, but just little things here and there that kind of make you feel good. Or if there was a crooked picture on the wall that's driving you nuts, just fix the picture, and if that's all you feel like doing, that's totally okay. Leave it at that. So another thing about eclipse energy is it's important to stay grounded. You can go for a walk if you feel motivated, or just stay in the house if you don't really feel like doing it. Epsom salt baths are great for that. Also, eating chocolate in its purest form is very grounding. If it's the raw cacao, like the more cacao percentage it has in it, the more pure it's gonna be. You can get like those little Ghirardelli squares and bags at the grocery store and throw a few in your lunch bag, throw a couple in your locker for work, keep some around the house. You can work with black crystals, such as black tourmaline is a really good one. Black obsidian, onyx is really good. Whatever black stone feels good and grounding to you. It's all about staying in your body and staying in the here and now, in that present moment, to kind of keep you down to earth so you don't feel like you're floating away. On that note, another thing, keeping your energy protected. So while black stones keep you kind of in that protective bubble, and that's traditionally what people use for protection when it comes to crystal healing energy, another thing you could consider is work with heart chakra stones, your pinks and your greens. It doesn't have to be these specific crystals, but you can use rose quartz, green fluorite, even rhodochrosite if you know what that is. Anything that's pink or green that feels good to you. And the reason for that is, why would a heart chakra stone be good for protection? So it's also connected to self-love because it's connected to that heart chakra. So if you love yourself, it might help strengthen that area where you're thinking, I value myself too much and I have too much self-respect and I love myself too much to put up with any BS from people that have no right to act that way towards me. It's not just about shielding and pushing away any toxic energy. It's about having enough self-love to pull yourself out of those situations, or if you feel kind of funny about a certain place or a situation, having enough confidence and self-love to stay away from it to begin with. Something recently that came to mind, so I hope that was helpful. I hope you're having a great day and having a good relaxing weekend, and thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves.